Thank you very much to Eddie for your support. This will encourage me to make more videos like this. And you are the tier 1 that in these 10 years of making videos has ever supported me. So thank you very much again. Please enjoy this video and have fun. Hi again. As you know, I'm not a native English speaker. I'm a native Spanish speaker. Anyway, I'm going to try to explain at my best what the concepts and the ideas, my takes on this specific topic, the most better way that I can. So please take that in mind. So let's start talking about women instincts. Why right now they are behaving in the worst possible way that you can find around the history, across the history of the humanity. And why is that happening, and why isn't their fault? Really, it's our fault as men. And sorry to say that, especially to the incels, the guys that are out here, and the right-wing nationalistic ones that want to blame feminism and just use, you know what I mean, and global homo and all of that monstrosity that of ideologies that only benefits the ones that are in the top of power. Those very few families that they say that they are Jews, but they are not Jews. They are not that. They actually believe on Moloch and other demons. They don't practice that Tinhat religion. They don't do that. They actually believe on demons. They worship demons. So you are compelled, especially if you are Christian, you are compelled to put the blame on them. And they actually have the blame. But if you make an analysis more with a more bigger scope of what is happening in the world, you will understand that the technology had to create a situation similar that we are seeing right now. And why is happening that? Because, and that's the reason that I blame use as men and the advancement of the technology, because I'm pretty sure that it had to happen at some point in the history of humanity, and mainly by two factors. First one, normally the beta males just don't come to life more than 30 years in all history of humanity. Okay, there are people that will say, "No, I know that my great grandpa lived 100 years. So what you're saying is not true." Okay, that's an exception. I'm not talking about an exception. Just think how was the things 500 years ago. The people died of sickness, died of hunger, died of war, and especially the men, because the men were the ones that were protecting their families, were protecting everyone else. The men were dying in the work, for example, in the carbon mines. Just think about it a few seconds. Just stop your retarded, because that's retarded ideology, your scope of thinking that is limited to what you can see right now on your 5 years at most scope of living that you have lived, your environment that you have lived in your 5 years. in a scope of 5 years? Just stop that, because we are not talking about you yourself, about yourself. We are talking about everyone, the society, the history of the humanity. So please stop a little egotistical thinking and try to emphasize on how was the life before your even great parent ever born. Never in their history the men had survived that long as it is going now. And that is thanks to the technology. For example, the molecular composition that use petroleum to create. I don't remember what was the molecule, but that was created using the petroleum, but that was used to create the fertilizers, and the fertilizers that allows the exponential group of people that we have right now. 7 billion people was not the capacity of the world to feed everyone before. It was kept only to 1 billion people, not 7 billion of people, of humans. So thanks to that advancement of technology, thanks to that technology, we can live more than ever before. The same for the industry of the health. The health allow people to live longer than 50 years. That before you only live at most 40 years. If you were extremely old, 50 years, but you can right now live up to 80 years. So you might think that that's extremely good, that's extremely okay, that it will not create problems because it's good to be alive. Okay, and I'm right with you. And I agree with that. But the problem is that as a society we are not prepared to have that many people alive, because everyone has their own needs and instincts, and the beta males, the ones that were destined to die younger than everyone else, the ones that is the majority of men that was destined to live only 30 years, they are now wreaking havoc around the world. Well, they are pursuing, that's the word, pursuing the satisfaction of their own desires and needs. Just think about it. What is a simp? A simp doesn't care about society. A simp doesn't care about justice. A simp doesn't care about what is good, the goodness. A simp doesn't care about what is truth. A simp just only care about what it lead him to get a woman and get laid. That's the only thing that a simp want, care, and work constantly too. But it works in a way that it just unleash their own instincts, their own beta male instincts. And just when I use the word instincts, some people will start to get triggered and say stupid, retarded, dumb shit like the instincts, You're not availed by the science. If they are not availed by the science, if they are not recognized by the science, the science they are not true. Just think about Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants, and they sound like that. They exactly sound like that. So please, if you're that retarded, shut up and listen. Just shut up and listen. That is something that your parents have said to you at some time and some point in your development, but they haven't, and you are saying retarded stuff like that everywhere, fucking around, everyone. Okay, so let's continue. 10. What I was saying, sorry, because I really get angry with the fucking retard, so sorry for that. Okay. 10. The instincts, I was talking about the instinct. The instinct of the beta male. Actually, we can have several sets of instincts. I'm referring to groups. With that, I really don't know how to say it well, but I'm referring to the set. So we have several groups, several sets of instincts that can arise at different moments in time. We have not a set fixed. For example, if you develop as a alpha male, you are not fixed to the instincts of an alpha male. If the environment needs that you become a beta male, then the other set of instincts that you have as a male will come to arise. The beta male wants. And what does the beta males imply? To get the scripted society, to get the scripted civilization as we are seeing right now. The beta males compels you to beg for a crumb of teeth to a woman. I know. I'm exaggerating it. It's not a crumb of teeth, but your instincts compels you as a beta, the beta set wants, to beg. For example, normally, if the set of instincts of beta male is not the manly one, is not the one that are leading in your mind, then you will not take a woman that has another man children. Another man children. You will not accept a single mother. But if the ones that are leading are the beta male set of instincts, you will take that woman and you will sacrifice for her approval. And you will not care if she doesn't love you, if she doesn't respect you, if she doesn't treat you well, if she doesn't treat you in equal way, in an equal way as you treat her. Correspond you. You will accept everything for her because you will be simping, because you will be begging her to be accepted, even a little. Doesn't mattering if you have to sacrifice yourself, the society, and everyone else. For a simp, nothing matters more than be accepted by women. And take in mind that the beta male set of instincts is the one that the majority of men are following right now. They are nurturing by society enforcement, but they are nurturing that set of instincts instead of the alpha male instincts. What are the alpha male instincts? And let me be clear with this. If the environment needs that the beta male becomes the alpha male, he will develop the other set of instincts, the alpha male that he has in his genes, that will develop, and he will acquire traits of alpha male. So we are not locked on the set of instinct that we develop as children. We are not set and destined to only that set of instincts. That will arise once or the others, depending of the environment circumstances. Okay? Now, the woman needs the approval, and now we're going to talk about the woman. And this is the purpose of this video. As well as use males, the female needs to, what was the word? It's not execute, but it will transmit what I'm trying to explain. Will execute their own programmation of role. The word was role. Will execute the role. If you execute your role, if you incarnate your role, then you will be happy at certain point. We are programmed, genetically to fulfill was the word, fulfill our roles. And when you fulfill your role, your genetic role, you will get a dopamine rush, an endorphin rush, and you will feel genuinely happy. What I mean with this, our genes as males compels us to sacrifice, protect, and provide for our own families, especially women and children, for our own families, little children and women. Do you see what I mean? So, if we do that, just by gifting, just by providing, just by protecting, we'll get happy. We are programmed genetically to do that. And women also are equally programmed to follow the group. One of the most important and intense instincts, powerful instincts that the women have, is to follow the group. That's why that very same instinct can control the life of every single woman around you, of every woman that you know. That very same instinct can destroy the life of a woman, sorry, and everyone else around her. Because we should be explaining, we should be educating women in how to control their own instincts in order to not let them destroy themselves. As well as we as males naturally, we have to develop that control over ourselves. We get in check a man, put in check another man, and doesn't allow him to become extremely aggressive, because we punish the extreme aggressiveness in other males. We defend, we protect ourselves and others. And if someone is extremely aggressive, we intervene. If some male do something stupid, we ashame him. We lie about him. We make him feel ashamed for doing something that is stupid. But the females doesn't have that. And isn't that they doesn't have that before? They had that. But the ideology of feminism just erased that from their vocabulary. That behavior just get erased. And that is a behavior that is healthy for the society, that is needed for the society, that is needed even for the very same woman. That this ideology, this necrotic ideology, putrid, cancerous ideology as feminism, is getting out of the woman life that was required for them. Fears at some point the woman put in check the other woman. The grandmas has some degree of control over their own children, the aunts and the grandchildren's, and everyone in the group of women put in check the behavior of the grandchildren and niece. Especially granddaughters. They before punished the approach to the bad boys. Grandma will tell to their daughters, "Hey, don't get close to that man because that's some bad boy. He will get you pregnant and will leave you. And we don't not accept you if you do that. We will not accept a single mother in our household. So don't ever dare to try to get close to that man, or you are going to be punished severely. In the worst case, if you get pregnant, you're going to be get out of the household. And we as a family, we are going to reject you." And when the grandmothers when they do that, the grandchildren, the granddaughters will fear the disapproval of the group. Fearing the disapproval of the group made by the women of that group, of that family, will control them through fear, but it will control them. And over the years, when they see their friends that doesn't uh, follow the rules of their own households, of their own families, they will see the results and will come to understand that their family were only protecting them. Their grand mothers were only caring about them, protecting them from bad boys, from bad men, from aggressive ones, from destructive ones, the ones that their own instincts compels them to chase, because women actually do chase men do chase men, sorry, but they chase alpha males. But if there is not alpha males on the society, then what is next? Aggressive males, because aggressiveness is a characteristics is one of the characteristics of the alpha males. Do you understand now? So, if we as society has developed an educational system, even if it's not a formal educational system made by government, but at least an educational system in our houses, in our families. If we have teached the women that they have those instincts that compels them to follow the worst men possible around and to reject the best possible men around, then the things will be different. But not, we don't have that. We have the contrary, feminism. Feminism, what tells the woman? Follow your instincts. Your instincts and sentiments, your desires, is what has to lead your life, because that is liberation, and that will make you happy and free. And that's not it. That's not it. That's the contrary. The women are suffering more than in every other moment on history, because they will never be happy following their own instincts. They inside their own desires, in the set of instincts and desires that are programmed genetically, the need of be controlled by a group is hardwired. They really need to follow the group. They really need that the group puts them in check, that the group controls them. But what happens if the family is no longer function as a united group? What happens if the grandmas and aunts and even the mother of the little girls are no longer put their chills, their daughters, their niece, their granddaughters in check? Then they don't have any guide. They don't know how to distinguish between good men and bad boys and bad males. They don't even come to see the good men. Only can see and comprehend that is a good man. They can distinguish. I'm trying to say, sorry for this because I have to explain. A woman right now, in this time, can really see a man that is not a bad boy or a chat or a alpha male. They can see the other is like they were non-existent NPCs. They don't even consider them as males. They will consider them as males in the blaming of everything that happened in their lives. That's the only moment that they will recognize them as males. But after that, they will not recognize them as males. The beta males for them are not males. And when they talk about men in general, they are talking about the alpha males they chase. That's what I'm referring. They don't see men. The beta males, the beta men. They only see alpha males. The alpha men. Okay? And that behavior can only arise in a society that is failing on controlling and teaching women how to behave in their own benefit and in the benefit of the society also. So we are lacking that. That was provided by the family, but right now the family are destroyed by feminism. That's the cause, the feminism. The technology eventually will have to crush also the family at some extent. But feminists, that shit, that demonic ideology, had speed the process extremely fast. That especially was made to destroy the family unity and tergiversed everything, change the meaning of everything from good to bad, from bad to good. And now, thanks to feminism, everything in that was before considered as demonic now is considered as goodness, and vice versa. Everything that was considered as goodness now is considered as evilness. And that's extremely bad for everyone. That explains the situation we are right now, the moment in history that we are right now. That stupid thing that feminism has created. And feminism is just a branch of progressiveness. And the left movement, just take this in mind. Leftism before was meant to protect the workers, to get the favor of workers, the ones that maintain society, the workers, the ones that create everything, the workers, the ones that construct society, the workers. Nowadays, what does the leftism? They fight for women supremacy. They fight for minority supremacy over everyone else, especially over the males, over the men, the ones that create, construct, and maintain society. Just tell me, how that can be sustained over time? How making the ones that everyone else is depending on, making them the slaves of everyone else will work? Obviously, this will not work. This is destined to be destroyed at some point in time. But right now, thanks that the society, the media, but the society in general is forcing the education of beta males on everyone, is enforcing that the beta males gratefully, because they feel grateful of that education, gracefully also accept that to become a slave, to be used and discarded, to be hated by everyone else. And that is because we also need to understand and to be taught about our own instincts, and not just the alpha male instincts, because we teach only about the alpha male instincts. We paint them as bad ones, but never teach others about the beta male instincts that can also be bad. A good boy, the ones that were put in a pedestal on movies, on comics, manga, etc., they also can be bad for evil, bad for everyone else, and evil, as the beta males that we know. We could know. Sorry, I really don't know how to say it in English. I need to practice, and this is my way to practice English. So you have to put with that. Sorry for that. But they are evil. Not all. No, maybe not most, but I inclined to say that is most of beta males. But they also can be evil. Just remember that we have two sets of instincts on males, the alpha and the beta. And the alpha one, yes, can be destructive, but also the beta. And we are saying in our society, the destruction that is made by the beta male instinct that are not put in check. And let me explain how this happened. The woman really are in a dire situation. They extremely with urgency need, the teaching about their own instinct in order to control their urge to follow what their group say, what the group says. Why? Because the only group they had left is not anymore the family, the one that actually do care of them. They are not in that group. They are in the group of feminist, work pairs, the one they are competing with. And their sims. These three kind of groups. You can say that for one with their friends at the school, but okay, we can take that also, but it's the same as the pairs in the work. For me, it's the same. Their friends in school is they pairs in the school, because really they are not friends. You know how women behave. They really most of the time not truly friends, just peers that they happen to live on, that they happen to be enforced by the school to live with by very few years. So that's one that I'm referring to. So let's say they are 4 groups. But actually 2 of them are the same. Okay. So There's no longer the family. There is no longer a group that actually do care about the woman, about the woman. In singular, I'm saying in singular, the woman, because it has to be personalized. Nobody else cares for that woman. The woman. Okay, I'm going to talk in plural right now. The women are all alone. They doesn't have the needed group that their instinct urge them to be part of. They doesn't have that. Then, what is the thing that they had? Fears. Their friends in schools, but those groups doesn't have really high ties. There is really no reason for a girl to care for the future of their female friends. So, what if they actually do compete for the better position in their own group of friends? There is no benefit. There is not actually caring for the well-being of the girls in that group. They actually do not care. They only compete. They really, for example, let's say that we have, let's put bad examples. Examples that are the worst cases, scenarios. Let's say this. Imagine this scenario. A good boy, good one, actually good male, actually a good boy, a really good, real good boy, not a bad one, a really good boy, has a girlfriend. They have known each other from childhood, from maybe second to third grade, until they are a couple, or at least they all have some degree of romantic sentiment between them, and they have lasted on that around 10 years. Let's say that in 8th grade, the woman, the girl, get a new group of friends in a span of 6 months. In that group of friends, there is a leader. That leader, that alpha queen, just doesn't like the love that she had with his childhood friend. It could be by jealousy, could be that, or also could be that she doesn't think that that good boy is enough for that girl, and that girl, if she doesn't have a male, a boyfriend that she herself doesn't accept, is at its own high standards, then she, in order to be her friend, that girl to be her friend, had to chase out that good male, and has to accept every male that she, as the queen, has to offer to the girl that has that good man as a good boy, as a boyfriend. What will happen in just the span of 6 months? If there is no control, if the woman, if that girl doesn't have any kind of self-consciousness and self-control, She will follow what the leader of that group says, because that is her instinct to follow at any cost what the group says. She doesn't have the group, the essential group that is her family. She doesn't have that. She doesn't have any other groups to depend on. Then she will follow the Alpha Queen lead, and she will cheat on his boyfriend of 10 years. She will cheat. If not, then she will dump him. She will dump him. If she's a good girl, she will dump him. If she isn't a good girl, and just is trying to not lose his boyfriend, but at the same time do what the Alpha Queen is saying, then she will try to cheat in order to not lose his old date boyfriend. And why this is happening? Why this happens? Simply because there is no social group as the family that is putting in check that girl. There is no one teaching her that their own instincts can betray her. In this case, the instinct to follow the lead of the group. In ancient times, and in ancient times I'm referring to 40 years ago, the grandma, the mother, their aunts will sniff that the fucking Alpha Queen is a bitch, and will say, get out of that friendship, because that bitch is going to destroy you. We will not allow you to get a friendship with that bitch, because she's a bitch. It's going to destroy your life. So you have no permission to get a friend, to hang out with her. And the bitch will form their group with the people that doesn't care, with the girls that their family doesn't care about their own daughters, granddaughters, but the ones that actually were cared by their own family will be cut ties with the Alpha Queen. And those daughters, those granddaughters, will be protected. But right now, we don't have that. That's why, for women, it's extremely easy to cheat. Extremely easy. There are no consequences to cheat, or to dump their boyfriends of childhood, even if they have the most beautiful real relation that you can see in the world. They will cut in a span of 6 months immediately ties with their childhood boyfriends, just because an Alpha Queen compels them to do it. Because, and you have to understand this in the mind of a woman, follow the group is a matter of life. It's life-threatening. If they don't follow the lead of the group, they will feel that they are dying. They will feel the fear of dying. They will feel as if they were dying. Because on caveman era, that was a truth. That was reality. If the group reject a woman, that woman and their own child were threatened. Not threatened. They were going to die if the group doesn't accept a woman in caveman era. That woman and their child are destined to die. That's why women develop that instinct to always follow. Always, doesn't matter anything else in the world, always follow the lead of the group. And the family was the one providing that group until recently, until 40 years ago. Right now, they doesn't have that. And you can now understand with this explanation why wives that have even 20 years of relation with their peers and with good men that always had providing, protecting, and maybe not leading, but are fulfilling their roles, that always treated them good. How those women get bored and cheat easily with Tyrone, with Chad. And that had never happened until they started to work on a new environment. Because maybe they had worked before for a decade or more, and there was not a problem. But suddenly, with a new group of females, with a new group of power, with a new social group, then suddenly a bitch queen, an alpha queen, started to reassert her own dominance and power over the other females and pressure them to get each of their own undeserving beta males, their own husbands, and get a new one that they, as their new queen lead, has to accept. Even if that will destroy their own families, that will destroy the best of the better relationship they will ever have in their own lives. They have to follow the queen lead, because if not, they will feel the fear of death. They actually will feel that they are dying of fear to not follow the queen bee lead. It could happen that even in a working environment that they have been working on 15 years, it comes a new queen bee and get this integrated in a group. And that queen bee can change everything and make and enforce a woman, and a stupid, extremely, because this behavior is only made by extremely stupid, retarded women. But right now, it's a majority of women that can destroy their own family. That can destroy the most beautiful relationship they will have in their lives. They will destroy that in order to follow the lead as a minion, in order to be a minion of a queen bee. on an alpha queen, a bitch queen. Don't you understand now how extremely important for women is to be taught about their own instincts? If they were, if we are were teaching them about those instincts and teaching them how to not get compelled, no, it's not the word, enforced by those instincts to destroy their lives, the women around the globe will be way more happy. But feminism just banned that. If you ever talk about female instincts, feminists and simp males will try to destroy you. And that's the problem. That's why women cannot be by themselves. They need a group, but also they need a lead of male, of good men. And that's the problem. The beta male crisis, that we have a lot of beta males and we are teaching the way of the beta male to every man in existence right now, is destroying everything. Women will follow the lead of the male if the male become a man. A man. If a male man up and start to lead the woman will follow. That's why they chase Tyrone. That's why they chase Bad Boys. That's why they chase Chad. They do like to be. They actually do love to be controlled and lead. But right now, if you are a good boy, society will going to. If you are a good man, society will going to crush you and destroy you, because the legal system is rigged in order to free the alpha male and put in jail the beta male that doesn't like the system. That's why feminists just protect the criminals and free them of jail. But they blame all males, and I mean the good men, of everything the alpha males do, the bad boys do. But the feminists free the alpha males from jail, from prison. Do you understand that? No, you understand why the instincts, there is a dire need, an extreme dire need of education in instincts. Also, not only for women, but also for men, for women and men, because the beta male instincts are destroying everything. And why I blame beta male and not just woman instincts as everyone else does right now? The problem is that the beta male instincts make that the in-group beta males destroy everyone, every male that is putting in check a woman. If you put in check a woman, there's a lot of fucking retarded monkeys that are going to jump and try to destroy you, try to kill you. In the very same moment that you raise your voice loud out, there's going to be a fucking monkey around you that is going to jump and trying to destroy you, trying to kill you at the same moment that you are raising your voice. When a woman is acting like a retard and are trying to put her in check. And that exact behavior, that very same behavior, is the one that has erased the main authority in society. That behavior. And that behavior is not from women, it's from men, from beta male, the beta male set of instincts. And that's the problem. You can see how the woman has behaved in those countries that has lost their rights, for example, women rights, for example, Afghanistan. And they all just needed an example. Just made an example of a feminist with their machine guns, and that feminist was the example. And what happened instantly? All the other feminists put their own burqas, sprayed their legs, their cheeks, their vagina, you know what, as an peace offering. So women actually will follow the lead of the men. Will follow. They are not the problem. The problem, the one that are wreaking havoc, destroying everything, trying to chase pussy, are the beta males, because they are the ones that use the opportunity of defend my lady, when a man try to put in check a woman. When men try to put in check women, when a man try to put in check, to make a responsibility of their own behavior, a female. That's why. That's the problem. So we are the problem. And we are in a dire situation as civilization. We really need the teaching, the education in how to control our own instincts and how to not follow them in order to don't destroy our lives. Women are in a dire need of that, but we also as men need that also. We also need that. Not at the same extreme degree, but we need that also. No, finally, I was going to talk about something that I had in mind, but right now, as you can see, there is some noise on the background, and I can't remember what I was going to talk about. So sorry for that. Maybe I don't talk about every single topic that I wanted to at the start of this video, but you know that my take on this is really good, a good one, that you will not hear this in any other place. So I actually think that this is a good, really good content, that it worth it. So let me think for a minute. Sorry, I was going to start talking on Spanish. No, but no. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute, and I will start to think. What I was letting left? What topic? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Um, no, I really don't remember. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry. Let me see. Mm, okay. I'm not. I don't remember, but I will try to repeat one topic, and after that, I will end this video. The beta male are the one responsible for everything. I think that was the topic. I think that it really was that the topic. The beta male are the responsible one. Once I remember now. Because this was the part that I was not that I had left for the end, and I forgot that. But gracefully I remembered it. So the beta male was the responsible one, but in another time he was not able to survive that long, as the technology is enabling right now. It's the technology. There are the two factors that is making the problem that we have seen in the society: the long life of the beta males, and also that as a species, humans are not prepared to instant and wide communication. An instant communication in where you can put in contact with a lot of people, and you can share your thoughts and ideas with a lot of people. You can communicate with a lot of people instantly. We as a species have never faced that, but right now that we are facing that, and the beta males just destroyed the internet, destroyed everything because they wanted to get laid. They just think about this: 500 retards all the fucking day, non-stop, mindlessly, without caring of anything else in the world. Tell the same girl again, the same woman again and again and again, non-stop: you are perfect, you are beautiful, you are graceful, you can't commit anything bad, you can't commit anything wrong, you cannot do wrong, you are a queen, you are perfect, you are a deity, you are destined to be worshipped by everyone else, because you are beautiful, because you are special, because you are a goddess. You can do not wrong. You can't do wrong. You cannot say something stupid. You are perfect as you are. What you need is that the world recognize your value, and you will become the perfect deity that you are. Everyone has to give you everything for free and do everything for you because you worth it, because you deserve it. And those 500 retards are doing that in order to trick the retard woman to believe them, and gives them in return pussy. That's all what that is about. That behavior is about. That's it. And imagine a woman that has the need to compel to do what the group says, and she has no groups. She has really no family because the family is not united. Their group of friends are 2, 3 other girls over internet in sometimes, not even in person. But there are 500 simps telling her always, non-stop, all times, that she's perfect and can do wrong, that she's beautiful, and that she deserves better in everything without doing anything, without reciprocating anything to anyone. That will destroy their fucking mind. Teeny squirrel mind. Because that's also something that I was going to talk about, but let me tell you this quickly, briefly. The beta simp males in these generations are not allowing the development of the female, of the woman brains, because when you have to solve something, when you when you are being responsible, responsible for something that you do, when you are punished, you have to put to work your brain and find a way to do the things that you want, or the things that you need to do. You learn how to live, how to do the things that you need to survive. If those things are not provided by someone else, and your brain get developed. But what are doing the fucking beta males, the fucking simp parents, male parents? Simping for their doctors, giving them all for free, never teaching them anything, just treating them as a queens, as a princess, and their female companion as queen. And the girls never developed their brain. Never had the necessity to do anything for themselves. Until will indubitably make the women stupid. And not because they are inferior genetically to men. Because the system, the society, are forcing them to be stupid. And that's why there are a lot of females that actually are becoming extremely stupid. But this is because we are, the beta males are getting apart, taking apart the opportunity of the brain of the woman to get developed, to develop normally as a human being, thanks to the beta males that provide everything, that beg for a crumb of pussy, that provide without reciprocation of women. So that's the problem. And let me say this clear. This has expiration date. And that is the day that robo-waifus become affordable at the price of a car. When that happens, women will be hated as much by simps as we are hated, as we are men hated by simps right now. The simps try to destroy everyone else. every other man because for them we are competition. But what will happen when the females had no longer the favor of Sims? And they will panic, get triggered, and lash out and try to ban robo waifus. But when a simp tastes, taste, test, and taste a robo waifu, after that he will start to simp for the robo waifu, and will start to feel a treat for his robo waifu. Everyone that oppose that, including women. So, women will get hated as the enemy of the Sims. And we are creating several generations of women that are incapable to be self-sufficient, that can't sustain themselves, that can do anything by themselves. They need to be provided by a lot of Sims or the state. But what is going to happen when this ends? They will face extreme cases of poverty, destitution, loneliness. They will self-delete themselves of life. And that is a consequence of the fucking betas that right now are providing everything for them, that are creating laws in order to rob the resources of men in general, to provide for women. And that stupidity is creating the lack of need of women, because they think that whatever the government steals to men and give them for free, that automatically of nowhere make them no need no men. They really actually think that they don't need a man in their lives. And that's true until the government stopped to stealing men resources to allocate them to women. That is the most stupid thing that is happening right now, because are the beta males in their chase of pussy, are the beta males the ones creating the conditions that are forcing women to do not need a man, because the state is the one providing, thanks that the fucking beta males voted in order to give women free shit, steal it from men. It's the most stupid thing that I ever find in our society, but that is even poetic, but ironic and poetic, but that is what is happening. So that was everything that I wanted to talk about. So I'm sorry if I'm not talking well on English, and I really want to talk that I really want to talk it, but this is what I can do. My concepts and my take on things is, I know that is really good, so you have to put with it in order to hear me. If you don't want, pues, but anyway, you can hear the best feminist podcaster that you can find. You can hear us, Mongol. Also, that is a good podcaster, but sometimes he doesn't talk pretty well the things. So you will get in this topic, because in this specific topic he will protect women, so you will not have the full day the same thing I can say from Tim Pool and every podcaster of the right wing, that they are the ones that can talk about these topics that I'm talking about. Also the feminists, but the feminists will try to destroy this point of view. So you can hear any one of those takes on this topic if you don't like to hear me with my bad English. But I know the worth of what I have talked about, the concept and the take itself. I know that is really worth it. Don't listen, but if you don't want, I don't know why you are listening at this point in time. Because it's 1 hour 20 minutes right now. So thank you for everything. Have a nice day. And I really don't like to ask for money, but right now I'm not in a situation to just do this for hobby. I really need some source income, so I much appreciate if you give even just the value of a coffee on coffee on my coffee page. I will appreciate pretty much that, because we are in tougher times, and right now I don't have a job. I'm trying to find one, but it's difficult. So I really appreciate that. Anyways, I'm going to program some plugins, video games, and software in general in order to get some income, and I will tell you about that in one of my next videos. Maybe if do you like what I create, you can buy that also, but right now I only have these videos. So if you want to help, I will be very grateful. Okay, thank you for watching this, and see you later. Has spoken Zero from Neurotrollium. See ya.